And then after that, if you have any questions, doubts, queries, I'll clarify, then we can move on to today's session. Okay, so let me open Power BI desktop. So I think basics of Power BI itself, you would have seen there are 5 workflows of Power BI. Any idea what is the 5 workflows? Yesterday I didn't say that because since you have already gone through the basics of Power BI training, there are 5 workflows in Power BI. Could you tell me what is the 5 workflow? First one is we have to get the data. Second one, transform the data. Very good. Third one, we have to load the data. Fourth one, report. We have to create the visuals and reports. Fifth one is publishing. Excellent. So I believe yesterday we have covered all the 5. We have seen how to get the data, how to transform the data, how to load it, how to report it, and how to publish it. We will see one more tip in transforming today also. Today we will see one more tip in transforming. So normally when your data are accumulating, you have millions, billions of data. Suppose I have 20 years of data. I don't want to, data should be there. But currently for reporting, I want only the last 5 years data. I want particular countries data, particular regions data, particular part numbers, particular branch. You can filter it and you can send it to Power BI also. There is an option of parameter. That topic is pending. We'll see that. And someone has merged multiple sheets also. Multiple sheets and multiple files. If time permits, we'll see that also. How to combine files. Then loading also we did it. And reporting, we did some reporting. Today we are going to concentrate more on reporting. On publishing. Publishing also, there are some tools available. Publishing, as I told, there is RLS, row level securities. And we can create, after publishing, you can create a report. 10 reports, I can make it as one report. And 10 report, you can make an index and you can make it as one app also. These are all the some of the topics pending today, right? So let me start with the recap. You know, there is several methods of getting the data. One is you can go to the home tab, get data, or you can go to the canvas area, get data, file, get data. But the latest version, there is an option straight away available here. You can get the data straight away from here. On your welcome screen itself, you can see that get data is available. So let me select the, oh, sorry. Why? I thought it has missed. Okay. Right, sorry. I have marked something, I have noted something. Okay, these are all the things I have showed it on the screen. I showed this on the screen, that is get, transform. These are all the things I have typed on the screen. I don't know how it has missed. Okay, anyway. So let us open Power BI. So the best method is you can on the transform, on the welcome screen itself, you can get the data. Unfortunately, I didn't do that now since I pressed escape there. And you have an option here, home tab, and you can see there is an option of getting the data, Excel workbook. So let me click on that Excel workbook and I select that file, a business transaction, and I say open. It goes to the navigator. Under navigator, you will get 2 tabs, 2 options will be available. On the top, there will be a table. On the bottom, there will be a suggested table. I recommend not to use the suggested table. I recommend to use the first one earlier. There will be 2 tables displayed. It's opening the screen. Yes. There will be 2 options sometimes. One on the top or sometimes on the bottom you will be getting something called a suggested table. But I recommend to select this. How do we select all the 7 or 8 or 9 tables? Select the first one, hold the shift key and select the last one. You have to go to the center or on the right hand side. Don't go to the left hand side. And then normally we have to go for loading because there may be some problem, there may be some error in your data. To clean up it, it's always better to transform it and load it. Don't load it straight away. It's better to transform and load. So when I click on transform, it goes to Power Query. In Power Query, we have to check for 3 things. To check the column quality. To check the column quality, you have to check for 3 things. Could you tell me what are all the 3 things to be checked in Power Query? Basically 3 things. One is you have to check whether the data are green. Second one, you have to check whether the heading is correct. Third one, you have to check whether data type is correct. Okay. So 3 things has to be checked. Let it load. November version, it's a little bit slower compared to October. Yes. So it's loading to Power Query. Now 3 things has to be checked. One is the green. What is that green? You have to place the cursor on the table. Let it load. Yes. You can see on top of the every table heading, bottom of the heading, you can see a bar is appearing here. This bar should be 100% green. This bar should be 100% green, and your heading should be correct and your data type should be correct. For example, if I go to the employee master, when I go to the employee master table, on the right hand side, you can see there are some column which is empty here. There is some column which is gray, empty here. There is a gray symbol. When you place the cursor, it will show you why there is a gray. Or there is one more option. When you place the cursor, it will show whether gray or green or red. Another option is, you can see it here itself, valid, error or empty. How can I see that? Go to view and you have to enable the column quality. When you select the column quality, you can check the column quality here. This unwanted columns, I want to remove it. Right click and remove, that's one method. Or the best method to remove the empty columns or unwanted column is home tab, and you have to go for choose column. Excellent. You have to go for choose column and you can uncheck the unwanted columns. So whichever the columns you want, you can select it. Whichever the columns you don't want, you can uncheck it. Fine. Now could you tell me, I want to combine this name, the title and the name together into one cell. So I want Mr. Chandran, Mr. Sridharan. I want to combine both the cells together into one cell, one column. Select that column and select this employee name column. First you select which you want it on the first. Second, you select which you want it on the second. Then you have to go to 2 things are available. One is transforming, another one is adding. Adding, what it will do is, it will combine both the columns and it will add it in some other column. But whereas when you go for this transform, it will transform it in the same column. 2 plus, not 2 plus 1, 2 will be combined into 1. So let us go to merge columns. And what is the column name? It will ask for the column name. And what is the separator? So let us say the separator as space. I will give the separator as space. And what is the merged column name? So let us give some name for it. Yesterday I think we have given a name, employee name with the title. Okay. Right. Today we will see how to, based on this birth date and based on the higher date, how to find out the age and how to find out, that may be our first session today. Based on that, how to find out the aging analysis also. And customer info, you can remove the unwanted columns. There are some unwanted columns. Email ID and mobile number is not required. So you can go to home tab and you can go to this choose columns. Under choose columns, you can remove that unwanted email address and mobile numbers. And other columns, let me check the other tables, geographic data and invoice table. Almost all the tables are clean. Invoice trans. I think in payment method we had some problem. There is some empty columns. No, there is no empty column. All the tables are clean. Okay. Some tables I had some empty columns. No. Okay. So all the tables are clean. So let me load the data, close and apply. And I think we didn't discuss this yesterday, but we would have discussed this in our basic Power BI training. Normally when I select some table, by default your table will be checked only for the top 1000 rows. It will check only for the top 1000 rows. Suppose assume that I have millions and billions and trillions of rows. I want to check the entire data set. There may be some problem in the 2000th row. There may be some problem in the 90,000 rows. So some other rows there may be some problem. So if you want to check for the entire data set, we have an option to check the entire data set. How do we do it? On the bottom there is an option available. Column proofing based on 1000 rows. But I don't want to check the column proofing for 1000 rows. I want to check it for the entire data set, throughout the data set. So you can click here, the entire data. Now it will check with the entire data set. So there may be some problem at the 5,000, 10,000, some other rows. So you have to check for the entire data set, means you have to go for this one. If you want to check only with the top 1,000 may be a sampling data, not for the entire data set. If you believe this, your data will be as it is similar to your 1000 rows, we can go for the first one. But there may be some problem in the other rows, then you can click here and you can make it as column proofing for entire data set. Okay. To check whether there is a error or in between, whether there is a gray, whether there is a red. As of now, there is no problem. But sometimes, let us close and load. And it loads to Power BI, and you can see within a span of second, you will get a message that it will automatically create a relationship. If tables are common, headings are similar, if the data are similar, it automatically create a relationship. You can see very fastly, it's evaluating, it will load, and it will give a message detecting a relationship. Very maybe in a short time, you will get a message called as detecting relationship. It automatically creates a relationship between the tables. Let me check. Yes. You can see synchronizing the schema. After that very short period, you will get a message called as detecting relationship. Yes, it's taking some time. Normally, it should not take this much of time. Okay. Should not take this much of time actually. So after loading, you will get a message called as detecting relationship, and it will detect a relationship between the tables. Yes. Still, it's taking some time. Maybe I'll close and reopen the Power BI after this. You can see there is a message called as detecting relationship. It has detected and it has related. How can I hear? You have to go to the relationship. The third one, model or data model relationship. It will show you how the tables are related here. So you can reduce the percentage of your view and check the relationship, or you can you can compress the properties and you can check the relationship, whether all the tables are related or not. When you place the cursor, it will show you which two columns are related, which two tables are related. But unfortunately, yesterday we found that one table was not related. That's the employee master table. How can you create a relationship? There are three methods. One is you can drag and drop and you can create a relationship. For example, this invoice table and employee master has to be related. So you can drag the employee ID from here to here. That's method number one. Method number two, go to the manage relationship. Under manage relationship, you can select the new relationship. You can select two tables and you can select two columns. Which two columns has to be related, which two tables has to be related. But yesterday we have seen one more new method to create a relationship also. What is another new method is add a layout here. There is a new layout. Now drag the invoice table here and drag the employee master table here and then create a relationship. Employee ID to the employee ID here. So drag this employee ID to employee ID and we can create it. By default, it automatically takes many to one or one to many. Save. So you can create a relationship between two tables. So after this, I think after creating the relationship, then we have seen how to bring your company template font to Power BI. Could you tell me how can I get the, yesterday we have created the template, we can import the template straight away. But basically, how do we create a template? Go to the view tab. Under view tab, you have to click on the arrow mark. Then you have to go for the customize current themes. Under customize current theme, text. We have to change each text into a particular font. Any font, but particular font. Any particular font. After doing this, apply. And we have to go to the view tab again. And we have to go for save current theme. Save current theme. You can save that particular theme after saving it. After saving the themes, it will be saved as a JSON file, Java file. It will be saved as a Java file. So you can open that Java file, right click and edit and you can open the Java file. So let me go to that same folder which we did yesterday. Yes. So this is the file. And you have to, how can I open this file here? Right click and you can go for edit on a notepad. You have to go for edit on a notepad and wherever the font name, suppose I change into Arial. Wherever the Arial is available, you have to replace it with your company font here. So I have replaced with Aptos. You have replaced with the company font. After doing it, how can I import this font to Power BI? You have to go to the more button again. And then we have to go to browse for current themes. And you have to select the themes. And you have to say import. You can select the themes. And you can say import or open. That font will be imported here. After this, we have seen how to insert a text box. So when I insert a text box, the same font will be applied. Then we have seen how to create a formula. For example, I want to find out what is the invoice. In the invoice trans table, I want to multiply the quantity into cost. So what we can do is we can go to Power Query How can I go to Power Query? The best method is you can go to transform data, or you can make a right click on the particular table and you can go for edit query. In edit query, if you want to create a formula, I want to multiply the quantity into invoice cost. So what we will do is you have to select the quantity, you have to select the invoice cost, and we have to multiply it. So let me do that. Select the quantity, select the invoice cost, and you can go to add column. Under add column, standard, where we can see there is an option called as multiply. But I don't recommend to add a separate column if the data is too large and you are going to use a particular column frequently on your tables. So it's better not to create a column. It's better to create a measures. Better to create a measure with the DAX. So yesterday we have created some measure, new measure, where we have used the sumX function. I will open the same file and we'll do that. SumX function. Let me open this. I will close this file because to import, how to import, I opened this file. Let me open the same file which we did yesterday. Today also we are going to see some other DAX functions. Probably in the second half we will concentrate more time on DAX functions also. So I'll open the same file which we opened yesterday. Restart my system, I believe so. It's a little bit slower. Yes. So I'll open this file. This is the file which we have opened yesterday. Yesterday we have created a measure. SumX, open bracket, table name, comma, quantity into invoice cost. And I believe yesterday we have seen get returned for Power BI. Yesterday I closed it and today I am opening it. You can see unfortunately on the right hand side of the build visual. You can see on the right hand side of the build visual. I am not able to find the card here. There is no card available. Yesterday we used that card, but that card was removed here. As I told, gradually they are going to remove this. It will retire sooner. So we have to use only the multi-card. But could you tell me, I want the card again. So I want the card which I used again. I want it again today also. How can I get the card back? You have to restore the default visuals. Very good. Yes. So you have to go to this card is not visible here. So you have to go to 3 dot here. 3 dot, you have to say this option, restore. So when I click on restore visuals, yes, it's asking us to restore. And I say okay. Now you can see the card will be visible here. So this card will hold only one value at a time. If you want to add multiple value at a time, then we can go for the latest one card where we can insert some pictures also. We can insert some pictures inside the card. And even we have seen how to insert a slicer, and we have seen how to insert a new slicer where we can insert some pictures. You can make a link and you can insert some pictures also. And to compare actual versus plan, the best visual is gauge. So where we have tracked the total revenue, where we have tracked the target revenue, and actual versus plan. If you want to use actual versus plan, you have to go for this gauge. After this, we have created some other visuals. We have created a pie chart, and then we have created a map. Once again, the map is going to be retired sooner. So we have used some map, new map called as Azure map. And then we have seen how to find out the top 10 also. I want to customize some of total revenue, but how can I find out the top 10? You can go to the filter. Under filter, you have to say top N based on what? Based on invoice number or based on whatever. But unfortunately, it will show you the top 10. But when I click on a particular pie, it will not show you the top 10 for that particular pie. So what we have to do? You have to select that donut chart or pie chart. You have to go to format. You have to select the option called as edit interaction. Edit interaction. And today we will see a DAX. There is a DAX function available. Even without the edit interaction, I don't want the table to be filtered, or I want the table to be filtered using the DAX formula. We'll see that today. So based on the selection, you can see your bar chart will get filtered. And then very easy, very powerfully, we have seen one more, how to create a table, how to create a matrix. The table will have rows and columns like Excel. Matrix will have the intersection of rows and columns. We can find out the total here. This will be simple data, but we have rows and columns in matrix also. But I want to connect this table with another page with another page. So what we do is we have to use option called as drill through. I want to connect the customer name with another page. So drag the customer name to the drill through area. So what will happen is it will be connected. When you go here and I make a right click, and you can see there will be an option called as drill through, and you can connect it. But instead of drill through, could you tell me how can I bring the table itself, chart itself here? When I place the cursor, it will show a chart like this. Tooltip. First we have to create a chart, and then we have to drag that region name into the drill through area. Then you have to go to the format of the page. Under format of the page, go to page information. You have to switch on this, allow use as tooltip. So you can do either one. Either you can use tooltip or you can use drill through. You can use both. After this, we have seen how to make a right click and hide the page. After the page, we have seen how to publish the report. Even in online, we have created some workspace. Yesterday, we have created some workspace. In that workspace, I think we have published our file. So go to app.powerbi.com, where we can see our workspaces will be available. On the workspaces, we have published a file. Today, we will see more on this workspaces also. Right. Then, after that, I think we have seen about this, how to fix a target line. So how to get a target line here, how to bring the target line, and how to bring the average line also. Go to format, select this and go to the format. Under format, you can see there is an option available. Y-axis constant line, minimum line, maximum line, average line. And even you can select this. When the chart is having the date, year and month, you can go to analysis and you can have an option called as forecasting. So what will be my profit? If my profit is going like this, what will be my profit for next 2 months or 3 months or 2 years or 3 years? Even you can skip 1 month also. Finally, we have seen how to group it. Suppose I want card payment, check payment and other things to be grouped under online payment and cash payment to be grouped. So you have to go to that particular column and you can make a 3 dotted lines on the particular column. There will be an option called as grouping. You can go to the new group. Under new group, you can create our own groups here. And we have dragged and dropped and we have created the report. But in this page, I don't want the pending should appear in this page. Pending should not appear in this page. So you can go to the filter and drag the payment method and you can filter only the other than the pending. I want to filter other things. So pending should not appear. So this page, the pending will not appear. So I believe that's our last chapter yesterday. I have given a very short recap of what we learned yesterday. So before moving on to today's session, we didn't complete the grouping. Today we will start with this grouping. After the grouping is over, we will see about what if analysis, forecasting, and then we will see about some other visuals. After seeing some other visual, we will see about RLS, row level securities, and we'll see about parameters. We'll see some DAX and some formulas and functions. How to make an app for this report. How to make all the report and make it as a new app. So these are all the chapters pending today. So before starting today's session, as of now, any questions, doubts, queries? Hello. Yesterday also I faced some problem with this mic. Okay. Yes. Any doubts, questions, queries of what we learned as of now? No? Clear? As I indicate normally, 2 reasons for not getting doubts. Everything understood, you'll never get a doubt. Second one, nothing understood also. But the challenge is you can understand everything here. The challenge will start after the training session is over. After the training session is over, you will get all sorts of doubts. Please do practice. Yesterday's second half video is already published on the same YouTube channel. You can see it. Today's session, as usual, I'll try to publish it as soon as possible. Probably I'll send you the link also. If you are not able to find it on the channel list, I will send you the link. By today evening or tomorrow morning, I will send you the link. Okay, now let us talk about grouping of numbers. Here we have seen grouping of text. Yesterday we did it, e-wallet, net transfer, card, we have grouped it into online payment, then cash into a separate payment. So we can check. Now I want to group a numbers. So you need some numbers for it. For example, let me take this table. For example, I will take this table called as invoice. In invoice table, I have customer ID, employee ID, invoice date, invoice number, required date and ship date. Let me go to the table and check. Instead of just checking the column heading, let me go to the table name. I'll go to the table name and I select this invoice table and I select the invoice table. So these are all the columns available. Invoice number, customer name, employee ID, invoice date, required date and ship date. Here, so we have 3 columns. Now I want to know the invoice date is 5 January 2023 and required date. My customer asked me to ship this material. They want the material on 11th January. We made a shipment on 10th January itself. So one day before we made a shipment. I want to know, for example, I want to know within how many days we have shipped it. For example, the invoice is made on 5th January and shipping is done on 10th January. So I want to know what is the shipping days, how many days we have, within how many days we have shipped it. So we have to subtract this ship date with the invoice date. We have to subtract this. Or we can subtract the invoice date with a particular date also. Like I have to find out the age, how to find out the experience. We'll see both. So to get the formulas like this, to get an extra column like this, extra column, I want an extra column. For this, you cannot go for a DAX. DAX is to find out the overall total aggregation, sum, average. In that case, we can go for a DAX. But this each and every row, I want to give an output. Because each and every row, the output may change. So here it may be 5 days, here it may be 10 days also. So better you have to go for Power Query. So let me go to this report view. I'll go to the report view and I'll go to the home tab again. I'll go to the transform data. So let me go to the transform data. Let us do 2 things here. One is, as I told, we will subtract that shipped date with the invoice date. That process we'll try. And one more process we'll try is, I used with Power BI gateway yesterday. That's why the Power BI is slower. Let me remove the gateway. Maybe in the tea break or something. The gateway is taking more time for me. I connected this database with the gateway. That's why it's taking some time. Okay. Right. So 2 things we are going to do now. One is I want to subtract this invoice date with the, where is it? Invoice table. Yes. So I want to subtract this a ship date with the invoice date. That part we'll try. Another part is I will go to the employee master. In the employee master table, I have something called as birth date and hire date. So I want to know what is the age of this person. This person is born on 8/12/1974. So I want to display the age. And he has joined the company in 1/5/2018. I want to know what is the experience of that employee. So we'll do both. First, let us finish off this. So we'll go to the invoice table. Invoice table. So I want to know within how many days we have shipped it. That is very simple. Ship date minus invoice date. So select the ship date first. Select the ship date. I think it's very simple. It's very easy. Select the ship date. Hold the control key and select the invoice date. Select the largest date, latest date first and oldest date next. Don't do it in the reverse. You will get a negative values. You will get a negative values if you are doing the reverse. Select the ship date first and then invoice date next. Then let us go to add column. I want to subtract the ship date and invoice date and I want the output in some other area. So let us go to the add column. Under add column, you can see there is an option called as date. So add column, under add column, you can see the date. I hope you can tell me what is the option I am going to select here. Subtract days. Very good. And there is another option. Out of these 2 days, which date is the earliest? Out of these 2 days, which date is the latest? So you can get the latest date, which date is the largest, which date is the oldest also. But now, as of now, there are various other options. We will explore it. Let us go to subtract days. Yes. So we got a separate column which has subtracted the ship date minus the invoice date. Of course. You can see there is an option called as time here. If you have the time, you can go for this time. Correct. Correct. You have this method. Subtract times. One starting time, ending time. That's all. You should have the date and time in one cell. Here we don't have the date and time, we have only the date. You have date and time, then you can go for this time and you can do that. Have you selected the ship date and invoice date, two columns? Both are in date format. Both are in calendar format. Let me show you one more option. If this is working fine, I think this is easier. One or two may be getting due to some format or due to some reasons, you are not getting it properly. So there is one more method to get this. I remove this since one or two are getting some errors here. Not errors, they are not able to work on that. So I'll remove this. I want to separate the ship date with the invoice date. There is one more method to do this. Go to the add column again. Go to the add column again. There is an option called as custom columns. Second one, custom columns. So go to the add column, click on the custom column. Here it's very simple. So go to the custom column. It will open a new dialog box. You can see a new dialog box is open. Equal to what I can do, ship date. You can see the ship date is available here. Double click on the ship date, or you can type it also if you know the spelling. And better to type it, double click on the ship date minus double click on the invoice date. This is another method to write a formula. So another method to write a formula. Now I say okay. Yes. You will get the same output, but only one thing is I'm not getting in a proper format here. How can I change it to proper format? I want it as a number format here. It's giving some other date or some format. How can I make this as a number format? Two methods. I think basic Power BI we have discussed this. If by default Power BI is automatically finding, Power Query is automatically finding the format, okay. If Power BI is not finding it, there is an option called as detect data type. So click on the detect data type. It should detect. Still it's not detecting. Then what you said is correct. You can go here and you can make it as whole number. Replace where you will get the number of days. This is second method. I think first method is easier. Since one or two people it's not working, that's why I explored the second method. For what? Transform? Oh, you're loading. Why loading? No, we didn't load it. Okay. So this is one column, one method. So there are two methods to find out the difference between two columns. I selected two columns and I went to date and I selected subtract days. That's one method. Another method, we have gone to home tab, add column, and we selected the custom column and we have subtracted the start date, ship date minus the invoice date. Let us give some name for this column. I'll give some name, shipped days. Let us give a name as shipped days. What is the number of days we took to ship the invoices? This is one. Next, based on this, we are going to create some report. Based on this, we'll create some report. We'll see this in another few minutes. Before that, let me go to the employee master table. In employee master table, we have employee ID, employee name, designation, birth date, and hire date. Now let us take this birth date. So the first person was born on 8/12/1974. I want to know what is the age of this person. We want to calculate the age of this person. So that's also very simple. Select the birth date. Go to the add column again. Go to the add column. Date. Go to the add column. Date. Age. Go to the birth date. Select the birth date column. And go to the add column. Go to the add column. Under add column, date. Below the date, you can see there is an option available. Age. Very simple. It will subtract today's date along with the date of birth and it will show you the age. But unfortunately, when I click on this, it shows the age not in the years format. It shows something like 18,610. What is that 18,610? Days. Number of days between that birth date and today's date, 18,610 days, which I don't want. I want this date not to be in the number of days. I want this to be in a years format. What is the number of years of age? So what we do, very simple. Right click on that particular column. Right click on the particular column and go to the transform here. Go to the transform. Days, hours, minutes, seconds, total years, total days, total hours, total minutes, total seconds. Let us go for total years. Yes. Now it shows me what is the total years. 50. His age is 50. 50.98 because he is, I think, when it will turn into 51 is he is born on 8/12. After 8/12, it will automatically turn into 51. Now its age is 50. But still, we have to round it off. We have to do one more thing, rounding. That part we'll do it next. You have to select the birth date column. Go to add column. Only the birth date. Add column. Date, age. To go to the date, there is an option called as age. First option is age. Then you will get the age here, but you will get the age in something 18,000, 19,000. Right click, transform, total years. But still, we are not done. We have to do one more. Yes. I have to remove, don't remove the decimals. It has to be rounded off. But age, how it should be rounded off is, we should not round it off by the decimal values. If I say decimal values rounded off, it will check after 1, what is the value? 9. It will increase it by 1, 51. Here also after 47, it's 7. It will be increased by 48, which is not right. When it will become 51 is after 10 is over. So always the age should be rounded downwards. Always age. Other things you can round it upwards or downwards. That's your wish. But age always should be rounded downwards because still he has not completed 51. When the 51 age will start is after this date, 8/12. So next month only you will complete, you will start 51 years of age. So what I will do is select this column, select the column. Don't go to add column because I think we discussed this in basics also. Don't add the column. If you add the column, it will add the extra column. Don't do that. Go to transform. Under transform, there is an option called as rounding. So go to the transform column. Under transform column, go to rounding. Under rounding, round down. Round down. Okay. So transform, round, round down. Yes. Now age is 50, 47, 36, 62, 44, 36, 39, 41. Okay. Can you find the experience? Try. I think you can do it easily. Find the experience of all the employees. They are joined it in 1-5, 14-8, 1-4. So find the experience of all the employees. Yes, I think it's very easy. Done. First person experience is 7. 7, 7, 7. Then 6, 5. Okay. First is 7. First 2 or 3 will be 7. They are joined in 2018. So, how do you find out the experience? Very simple. Select the column hire date. Go for add column. Date. Age. Even though the name says age, it's a date diff. Actually, it's date diff. It will find out the difference between two dates. Same date diff, we are going to use it today in DAX also, but that's for a different purpose. So let us go for age, because every row the age will be different. So for this, you have to do it in Power Query. So let me change the heading. It's not age 1. Before changing the heading, let me make a right click. Go to transform. Where is it? Right click, transform, total yes. Then you have to round it off. Let us go for transform. You have to be careful, because add column also you can see the rounding will be available. Transform column also you can see the rounding will be available. You have to understand where we can use add, where we can use transform. Add will add the extra column. Transform will do it in the same column. Transform will do it in the same column. So be careful. You have to decide where we have to go for add, where we have to go for add. I want to add an extra column called as experience. That's why I went to add. But here I want to round it off in the same area, not in some other area. That's why we are going to transform. Go to transform, rounding, round down. Round down or round up experience. When they will get 8 years of experience, if they have completed 26, then next year only they will be having 8 years of experience. As of now, they have 7 years experience. So let us give a name as experience. Rename it. Just go there and make a double click. All this activity automatically happens if you add the new employee record. Suppose I am adding a new employee record at the last. All the activity, whatever we did in the Power Query, will be applied to the new data also. That's an advantage. That's the power of using this Power Query. Okay? Right. So 2 things we did. Actually 3 things. First one is we have found out the difference between 2 dates, start date and end date. That's difference between the ship date and invoice date. And second thing what we did is we have found out the difference between today's date and the birth date, today's date and the hire date. So we got age and we got experience. Now what are we going to do based on this? So let me go to the home tab. I will close this, close and apply. Let us close this. I am closing this Power Query. So it will be loaded into BI. So it's loading into BI. Now you can see on the invoice table, bottom of the invoice table, you will get that column called as shipped days. There will be a column called as shipped days. And in the employee master table, you will get 2 columns. One is age, another one is experience. It's loading now. When you go to the invoice table, you can see there will be a column called as ship date. When you go to the employee master table, you will get another two columns called as age and experience. Now based on the ship date, I will do one. Another part I want you to try. Okay, I'll wait for loading. I have to remove that an app yesterday I installed. That's why it's taking more time for me. I have to remove that app. Okay, right. So here there is a column called as invoice table under invoice ship date. Based on this ship date, we are going to create some reports. Ship date may be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It may go to 100 also. So based on this, I want to create a report. For example, ship date wise, how many invoices we have made? 4 days, how many invoices we have made? 10 days, how many invoices we have made? Let me make a table or let me make a chart. First, let me make a table. Later, we'll see how to make a chart also. For example, I'll place the cursor here, any empty area. Let me go to this table view, table. Next to the slicer, there is a table. Click on the table. So I click on the table, or you can go for matrix also. Both are same. As of now, I have clicked on the table. Let me drag the ship days to columns. I'm dragging the ship days to column. It's giving something like 4, 4, 6, 8, 9, which is not right. We'll change that. And I'll click on the arrow mark. It should not show sum of the ship date. It should show me only 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So instead of sum of ship date, I think we did this yesterday also. Make it as don't summarize. So it will show you the ship days. 0 days, 1 days, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Now I'll drag the invoice number to the columns again. So it says 0 days. What is the invoice? 1 days. What is the invoice? I don't like this report. It goes very long. 0 days, 0 days. These are all the invoice made. 1 days. These are all the invoice made. One more thing I can do is I drag the ship date and I do not summarize, and I'll go to the invoice number. I make it as count. So it will show you a small report like this. 0 days, how many invoices was made? 1 day, how many invoices was made? 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 9 days, till 17 days. Even I don't like this report. First report also I am not satisfied. Second report also I am not satisfied. Here, fortunately, we have only 17 days. Suppose I have 100 days. 0 days, how many invoices? 1 day, how many invoices? 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. It goes a very big report. It shows me a very big report here, which I am not satisfied. So, let me delete this. Go to 3 dot. Remove this report. Let us go to this ship date again. I'll go to the ship date. Either right click on the ship date or go to the 3 dotted lines. Right click on the ship date and go to 3 dotted lines. I think yesterday, last chapter, we did this. New grouping. New group. There are 2 methods of grouping. One is Power BI will automatically group. Second one, we can create a manual group. Both are useful, but I believe I will tell you which is the better one. First, let us create it. So go to 3 dot, new group. Click on new group. Yes. You can see automatically Power BI will create a group. The group name is ship days bins. Ship dates bin. This is the name of this group. It's a variable. Even you can give your own name also. You can give your own name. Give some other name also. That's your own name. You can give your own name. Whether it can be bins or it can be a list. First we'll start with bins. List, we'll see it in another few minutes. Bins, whether you want to make it as size of bins or number of bins. So size of the bins, suppose I say size of the bin should be 4. So it will create a bin like 0 to 4, 5 to 9, then 4, 4, 4. It will split it by 4, 4, sorry, 0 to 3, 4 to 8. It will create 0, 0, 4, 4, 4. gap of 4 intervals, it will create a bin, size of the bin. Or one more option is number of the bins. Suppose I say I want 8 bins. 8 bins. So what it will do is, it will split this 0 to, I think 8 bins may not work out, maybe 9 bins. We say 9 bins, 0 to 1, 2 to 3, 4 to 5. So it will create 9 bins, 9 list of bins. One is size, you can define the size. What is a bin size? 4 means 0 to 3 days, 4 to 8 days, it will create a bin. Number of bin, how many bins? It will split, it will create an interval automatically. So let me do any one. Let me take the size of the bin. As of now, I'll say 4. As of now, I'm giving 4 size. So I want 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. That's it. So ship date bins. It's easy to create. It's easy to create. So I have selected size of bins and I select bin size is 4. The name of the bin, group is ship date bins.
I've got one more tab next to it, given a drop down of dates, years.
I think you would have selected ship date. You should have selected ship days, not date. Date will have years, months and days. You should have selected days. Days is already grouped by years, months and quarters. No need for grouping it. Ship days. Okay. Now say OK. Let us see what will happen on this report. I am clicking on OK. Either you can create a chart based on this, or you can create a report based on this also. We'll see both. We'll see both. We'll create a chart as well as we'll see a report also. So I have created a grouping. So it has created a group called, as you can see on the right hand side, there is a group called as ship dates bin. This is one method. Even we can create our own group also. That part we'll do it in the next one. Let me create a small report as well as chart. Both will try. I will create a report. Maybe I will go with the clustered column chart. Place the cursor on some empty area. I click on this clustered column chart. I selected the clustered column chart. Let us drag this bin. You can see this is a group. You can see the symbol. Ship days, where we can see a calendar. That means it's a date. Ship days, there is a sigma. It's a number. But you can see there is a small image appearing here. That means this is a group. This is the group which we have created. Drag the ship days group into x-axis. I am dragging the ship date groups into x-axis. Invoice number into y-axis. Invoice number into y-axis. It has created a small visual. But the challenge is when I place the cursor here, it says 0 days. There are 13,305 invoices made within 0 days. And when I place the cursor here, it says from 1 to 4. You have to manually understand. 1 to 4. Because here it's 0. We have to say after 0 is 1. From 1 to 4. 2323 invoices was made. From 4 to 8 or 5 to 8. There are 2129 invoices was made. Till 12, 720 invoices was being done. And when I place the cursor here, 11 invoices was made. This is harder for me to understand. It's very easy to create, but I feel this is a little bit tougher for me to understand. But it's easy to create. This is one method to make a aging report. This is one method. Or you can convert this into a table also. Control C, Control V, copy and paste it. Control C, Control V, copy and paste, and I convert this into a table format. I convert this into a table format. It shows like this. So once again, it's not, I'm not satisfied with this. It says 4, 8, 0, 12. It's confusing us. So, let me delete this. This is one way to create a report. One way to create a group, one way to create a report. Second method. Let us go to the same ship days. I'll go to the same ship days. Go to the same 3 dot, go to the same ship date, go to the same 3 dot again, or right click on it, or go for new group again, go to the new group again, and let us say name for this. Maybe I will give some my own name, my group. This is the group which we are creating, my ship days group. For my understanding, because all are giving ship days, I should not get confused. That's why I am giving some meaningful name. My ship date group, ship days group. My grouping. Now don't do bins. Don't do bins. Instead of bins, make it as list. Instead of bin, make it as list. Advantages, you can customize it. You can customize this. For example, let me select 0 and I am selecting 4 or 3, whatever you want. Here you can select 3. Next you can select 4, 5. That's your wish. Let me select 0 to 4 group. I selected 0 to 4 and I click on group, and it's giving 0 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I will give some meaningful name for this. Double click. It's 0 to 4 days. So I'm giving some meaningful name. So 0 to 4 days we have grouped it and we are giving some name for it. Next, let me take from 5 to 8. I'll take 5 to 8. There I have selected 5. Here I am selecting only 4 items. No problem. Even you can select 3. Even you can select 10 also. That's your wish. So 5 to 8 group. Double click. I recommend while typing the 5, don't just type 5. Let us say 0, 5. Why? Because this, when you sort it, it should be in order. If you sort the table, it should be in order. So that's why I am giving 0, 5. If just to say 5, order will not be correct. So better to put as 0, 5. Even in the previous also, you can say 0, 4, 0, 4, 0, 4 also. That's also better. So 0, 5 to 0, 8 days. So I recommend to prefix 0, so that when you sort it, it's easier to understand. Okay, the next one. 0, 5 to 0, 8, I have grouped it. Then let me take 9 to 12. Third group. Group. Double click. I rename this 09 to 12 days. One more we will create 13 to 16 group. Double click. I say 13. Here it's not required to put a 0 prefix because it starts with 1. All the single digit, try to add a 0 as prefix, single digits. 13 to 16 days. Final one. After this, later I may get 17, 18, 19. We select this and group it greater than, say, greater than 17 days. So I have created 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. So I have created 5. If you are not grouped 17 also, it automatically groups under other groups. It automatically, if you are not grouping it. So it automatically groups under other groups also, but I have grouped it. Or you can leave it also. It takes some time to create. Earlier one, it's very easy. The bin is very easy to create, but it's not giving a right solution. I'm not satisfied with this. But when you create a group like this, say okay. Now let me create a chart, or I will create a report for this data. For this data, let's create a chart or a table. Let me create a chart. Place the cursor on some empty area. I'll place the cursor on some empty area. Let me create the same column chart. I'll go with the same column chart, clustered column chart. So I click on this clustered column chart here. Then let us drag this my ship days. Drag this my ship date to x-axis and invoice number to y-axis. Yes, it shows a report like this. 0 to 8 days how many invoices? 9 to 12 days, how many invoices? 0 to 4 days, 13 to 16 days, greater than 17 days. But can I put this in a order? Can I put this in order? So I want 0 to 1, 0 to 5 should come in the first place, and 5 to 10 should come in the second place, 5 to 8 should come in the second. It is by default sorted in a, you would have noticed most of your chart will be default sorted in a descending order as per the number of items. Here also descending order as per the number of items. But I should sort it as per the days, not per the number of items. So click on this 3 dot and go to sort access. Don't sort it by count of invoice number, sort it by my ship days group. And it's in a descending order. Go to 3 dot, go to sort access, put it in ascending. So yes. Now we'll get 0 to 4 first, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, 13 to 16, more than 17. I have more clarity on this report compared to the earlier one. Go to select the visual, format your visual, switch on the data label. Switch on the data label, but it says 1.9K, 2.3K. You know this, we did it yesterday and many times. DIS, type DIS display units, change the display units as none. So between 0 to 4 days, 1882 invoices was made, 5 to 8 days, 9 to 12 days, 13 to 16 days, greater than 17 days. How can I make this as a, I don't want it as a chart, can I make it as a table? Control C, Control V, copy and paste it, or you can recreate it again also, copy and paste, and go to format, add data to the visual, make it as a table. Yes, now it looks good. So 0 to 5 days, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, 13 to 16, greater than 17. We copied and pasted and we converted that into a table format. Same group you can create it for age, same group you can create it for experience also. I want to know between 5 to 10 years, how many people are experienced between 5 to 10 years, 10 to 15 years, 15 to 20 years. Age also, for stock statements they will use pending statement, for finance 0 to 30 days, 30 to 60 days. So many things we can use this aging analysis. I have given a small example. Like this you can do it on your life. See about what if forecasting. So in this whole page, I believe we are done with grouping. So let me give a name for this page as usual. This page is about group. Done? So two types of grouping. I recommend manual grouping is better. It takes some time, but it gives you the right solution. This is auto grouping, which is automatically created by Power BI. That's very faster, easy to create, but it's not giving the right solution for us. It's giving a solution, but it's harder for me to understand. So I recommend the second one. Manual grouping, list. Instead of bin, we have gone with list. So we have three types of data. One is text. Yesterday we have seen how to group it by text. Today we have seen how to group it by numbers. Date, it's not required to be grouped because date is automatically grouped. When I use the invoice date, you can see it automatically grouped by year, quarter, month and days. By default, it's grouped. So no need for grouping dates. But for quarters, which you prefer, January to December or April to, then you can follow this. Some people will take their year as April to March. So in that case, this quarter may not work. You have to create a separate grouping for quarter wise. April, May, June will fall on quarter 1. July, August, September is quarter 2. October, November, December is quarter 3. January, February, March will be quarter 4. So in some companies, they are following April to March. But you are all following Jan to December, so you can go ahead with this. I have seen in some North Indian company, they will follow Diwali to Diwali. I don't know how they are using it. Diwali to Diwali. Because last year Diwali will be a different month, this year Diwali will be different month. They are following that in their calendar. I don't know how they will work on it. Okay. As per calendar, which is a first month, January, last month is December. Actually, it was not. As per the calendar, we had only 10 months. I don't know whether you are aware of it. The starting month is March. These are all the names of gods in Europe. March, April, May, June, September, October, November, December, January, February. These are all the months. Only 10 months. Only 10 months in olden days. There was two kings in Europe. Julius Caesar, Augustus Caesar. They want to create a month in their own names. So they created 2 months in the name of July and August. And they want the maximum days in their month. So they had 31. July, continuous. Normally, 1 month after you will get 30, 31. But July 31, August also 31. Correct? So they have separated it like this, and balance day was given to the last month. Which was the last month? February. So February was the last month. So March was the first month as per the original calendar. It doesn't have any connection with your Power BI. Okay, just I am sharing a small information which I know. Okay. Right. Later they changed it. The immediate month after Jesus Christ was born to be the first month, so they changed the January to be the first month. Initially January was not. Still I think some countries follow March to February. Some countries. I don't know which country. Italy? I don't know. Some countries are still following March to February. Okay. So let us move to the next one. Before the tea break, we'll try to finish off this what if analysis. Parameters. Go to the new page. I recommend parameter can be created in this new page. In basics of Power BI, we would have created a parameter. I don't know how many are aware of this. If you are not aware, no, if you want it, we can recap that in the later part. Maybe afterward, we can recap it. One parameter we have covered in the basics of Power BI itself. Which one? When I go to the tab called as modeling, there is a tab called as modeling. Under the tab of modeling, there is a parameter. New parameter. I believe this parameter, field parameter, we would have covered in the basic Power BI itself. I don't know how many are remembering it. Based on the fields, we can select it automatically. Based on that, the report will be automatically created. User can give the input. Based on the user input, the chart can be dynamically created using that fields that we did it in the basics of Power BI. If you want, we can cover this, maybe not now, later. Now, let us start with this numerical range. Let me explain what are we going to do. Then we'll see what are we going to achieve. First, I will tell you. Then we'll see how to do this. Now what I am going to do is I am going to create some slicers where I am going to give some various values for discount. For example, I am going to give 1%, 2%, 3% till 20%. If I give 1% of discount, what will be my total revenue? If I am giving 2% of my discount, what will be my revenue? 3, 4, 5, 6. So based on my revenue, based on my discount, I want to know what will be my revenue. So forecasting, what if it is like this? What if it is like this? Based on my input, the revenue will change automatically. So let us create some fields for it. Let us do step by step. As usual, if you have any doubts, questions, queries, stop me, ask me there itself. Let us go to the modeling tab, new parameter, and remember, I can create this, I can delete this. Unfortunately, I cannot edit it. So if you have any questions, stop me, ask me there itself, right? If you want to edit, you have to learn some DAX. So go to modeling, new parameter, numerical range. Let us go with this numerical range. And if you have forgot to select the numerical range, you have a second chance. You can select the numerical range here. I think I selected the numerical range. What is the parameter? For example, let us take this parameter name is discount. So I want to give a discount. Whether the discount can be in a whole number, decimal number, or a fixed decimal number. Let me go with the whole number. Starting from 0. The discount can be starting from 0, or let me start from 1. So I'm going to give 1 per, we'll make it as, by default there will not be a percentage. No way, we'll change it to percentage later. So 1% and maximum, what do you want? For example, I'll go with 25%. 1 to 25. So I want to start from 1, ending till 25. What is the increment value? 1. Well, that means 1 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will increase it 1 by 1. If I say 2, then 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So let me have 1%, 2%, 3%. So I want to increase it by 1. 1% of discount, 2% of discount, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, till 25. Starting from 1 till 25. This can be taken as a discount, this can be taken as an incentive, tax, anything. So I am giving a discount here. 2 things will happen now. First one, add a slicer. It will create a slicer in this page. It will create a slicer. How it will create a slicer is based on 1 to 25. It will create a slicer here. Second, it will create a table. So how it will create a table? Name. What the name which you have given. The name which I have given is a discount. So in the name, the table will be created. I think that the table will be in alphabetical order. So I think after C, there will be a table called as discount here. There will be a table created automatically because I have given the table name as discount. So you can see a table will be created in the column name called as discount. So 2 things will happen. One is it will create a slicer. Second one, it will create a table. If I click on create. Yes, I need the confirmation from your side. Can I click on create? Because I cannot come back again to the screen. If you want to come back, I have to delete it and recreate it. I cannot edit it. I can recreate it by after deleting it. So I need your confirmation. Is that clear? Can I click on create? Yes, everyone? So I click on create. Yes. So you can notice 2 things would have happened. One, on the right, there will be a slicer. On the right hand side, as I told, there is a table created in the name of discount. There is a table created here in the name of discount. There is a slicer created here called as discount. And this slicer, you can see nothing is there in the slicer because there is a scroll bar available. If I move the scroll bar, your value will get moved here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 till 25. It will go to till 25 because I have started from 1 and I given it till 25. So it will go till 25. This is one method. But I don't like this. Can I put it in a combo box? Or can I put it like a tile which we did yesterday? I can put it in a tile format also. You tell me how can I convert this into a combo or a tile? Select the slicer, go to visual, then slicer settings. Under slicer settings, option, single value, tile or a drop down or a between or a less than, greater than. Let us go for example, I will go with the tile. We can put a vertical list also where we can select it like this, or I will go with a tile. Yes. You can increase the height and width. So I am decreasing the height and increasing the width. Yes. So we have inserted a slice. Now if I click on 1, it should show me if I give a discount of 1%, what could be my revenue. If I click on 2%, what will be my revenue? 3%, what will be my revenue? 4%, what will... Okay. So for this, first we have inserted a slicer. We have created a parameter here. Parameter is the input. Based on the input, we want output. So let us create a measure now. And I recommend all the measure to be in a separate table, or you can create it in any table also. That's your wish. So let me go to this table and create a new measure, or go to the home tab and a new measure also. You can go to the home tab and you can create a new measure. Yesterday we have created a measure called as max of gauge. In that same area you can create a measure, or some other area also you can create some measure. Go to home tab and create a measure. 1 minute, I will delete that unwanted. I have 2 unwanted measures. Okay. So go to home tab, new measure. This measure is to find out my total revenue after the discount. After the discount, what is my revenue? So go to home tab, click on new measure. Click on new measure. So let me give a name of that measure. So we'll give a name for that measure. Let it be total revenue after discount. So I'm giving a name, total revenue after discount is equal to total revenue. I think yesterday we have created a measure for the total revenue into this percentage. 1 means 1%. If I select 1, 1%. If I select 2, it should be 2%. If I select 3, it should be 3%. Okay. Total revenue. You can write a bigger formula, or you can customize that. You can make the formula smaller also. So bigger one is total revenue minus this percentage of my total revenue. 1 into total 1% of the total revenue, 2% of the total revenue, 3% of the total revenue. So you have to put some bracket. We'll put the bracket later. So total revenue into total revenue minus total revenue discount. What is my discount? Where the discount is available? Discount is available under this discount table. There will be a column. Whatever the selection you are doing it here, 1%, that will be stored in this discount table. If I select 2%, that will be stored in the discount table. So whatever you select, that will be stored in the discount table. So let us select that discount, DIS. You can see that discount value. Discount value. Divided by 100. Why? It should be enough. If you want to separate it, I don't ask for Bodmas theory. So let me put this for my understanding. I'm opening a bracket and closing a bracket here. So this open bracket and close bracket is for 1 divided by 100. That means 1%. 2 divided by 100. That means 2%. And this is for finding the discount value. That is total revenue into 1%. Total revenue into 2%. Total revenue into 3%. I'll put another open bracket, another close bracket for my understanding. So if my total revenue is 1 lakh minus 1% of my total revenue. If total revenue is 2, if I selected 2%, 2 here. 1 lakh minus 2% of my total revenue. 3 means 3 lakh, 3% of my total revenue. So we have written a formula here. Total revenue minus total revenue into the discount value divided by 100. Why dividing by 100? Because of the discount here is stored as 1, 2, 3. So I have to divide it by 100 to get it in a percentage format. So we have created a measure. Right? Enter. If you want, we will see it again. We'll see it again later. If you want, if we can even customize, you can make this formula a little bit shorter also. I think total revenue into 1 minus discount value. That's the simplest way to do it. We'll do it later. First, let me check whether it's working. Let me insert a visual. I'll insert a visual now. Let us go with the clustered bar chart, or we can put a table also. I'll put a chart. I'll put a clustered bar chart. Maybe let me select some value. Let us take region name. For example, I'll put a region name. Region wise, customer wise, product wise, anything. Let me first try with region wise. I'll put the region here. And I'll drag the total revenue. Let me bring the total revenue into y-axis. So this is my total revenue. And the total revenue after discount. Just now you have created a measure called as total revenue after discount. So bring the total revenue after discount here. Yes, both the bar are similar now. Let me select 1%. Yes. So if I select 1%, this will be my revenue. If I select 2%, this will be my revenue. 3%, this will be revenue. 4%, I can display the revenue values there. So 4%, 5%, 6%, 7%, based on my selection, you can see the revenue is changing. Let me put a table and check whether it's working fine or not. I'll copy this, Control C, Control V, convert this as a table. Yes. So one is the total revenue, another one is the total revenue as the discount. The total revenue is 12 crore 10 lakhs. But if I give a 9%, your discount, your total revenue will be 11 lakhs something. If I give 10%, this will be your revenue. 11%, this will be revenue. 12%, this will be revenue. 13, 14, based on your selection, you can see it's changing here. Based on the input, you are getting an output here. Based on the various input. Only two things you have to do. One is first you have to create a parameter. Second one is you have to create a measure, DAX. So this is the DAX which I have created. Total revenue minus the total revenue into the discount value divided by 100. So if you want, you can display the values on the top of the data bars also. So based on the selection, it is displaying what could be the total. What if I'm giving 1% as the discount? What if I'm giving 2%, 3%, 4%? Based on various inputs, we are getting an output. It's not that you have to use region, you can use anything. Here instead of region, you can use customer name, you can use product name, city name. For example, I select this, or I select this table. Instead of this region name, let me bring my customer name here. Customer name I am bringing into columns. Customer wise, overall total revenue, but if I give a discount, what will be the revenue? Okay, the left hand side is my total revenue, right hand side is the revenue after discount. Then you have a different column called as discount. Just to multiply the discount with the value. That's very simple.
So that will affect for every.
Correct. For what?
For example,
Model name equal to model name, you have the discount. Your master table. Product name, you have a discount. Just multiply it with you. No need this. Just multiply the discount with your total revenue. That's very simple. Write quantity into rate into the discount. That's very. I'm saying discount is an example. Discount is an example. You can use anything. What if I give some other incentive tax? If it is 18% tax, 10%. Even for what do you call loan, also people will use this. If I take 12 months of loan, what will be my EMI? 24 months, what will be my EMI? 36 months, what is my EMI? 48 months, what is my EMI? If this interest rate is 10%, what is the EMI I will get? There is various methods. You can use this. Yes. Look at a bar chart. Okay. Excellent. So, as usual, let us give some meaningful name for this page. In this page, we have seen about what if. So we have seen about what if analysis. Before the break, we'll see one visual. After that, I think I forgot to say that selection pane, and there is an option called as selection pane and bookmark. Bookmark is available in Power BI desktop. Bookmark is available in Power BI services also. Both the bookmark we will explore. Now let us add a new page. We'll see one new visual. We have lesser time. I don't want to start a new chapter. We'll see a visual. Maybe the decomposition tree. Like a tree. Start from the root, it will expand the branch. One branch, it will expand. Decomposition tree. To do the decomposition tree, I recommend do it in a separate page because it will expand like a branches. So better to put it in a separate page. So I have added a new page. In this new page, we are going to add the decomposition tree. Where is the decomposition tree? In my system, row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th row. 6th row, 4th one. 6th row, 4th one, decomposition tree. The 6th row, 4th one, we have this decomposition tree. Select the decomposition tree. It is inserted in your visual here. Right. Normally in every chart, what we will do is every chart, whatever the chart you have created, which wise, suppose I created yesterday a line chart or a bar chart or a column chart. Invoice date wise means you will drag the invoice date first. Whichever you want to summarize it, that will be second in normal charts. But in decomposition tree, it was reverse. Which way should be first? So let me take the total revenue here. Total revenue is the first one. So I'll drag the total revenue. Sorry. Select the decomposition tree and drag the total revenue into the first area. Analyze. Drag the total revenue into the analyze area. It shows me the revenue here. It's 47 crores, 94 lakhs, 51,000, 90.50. This is my total revenue. Then I want to know the branch of this total revenue. How this total revenue was distributed for each region wise. South region, what is my total revenue? North region, what is my total revenue? East region, I want to expand my branch and I want to see what is the total revenue. So you can bring everything here in this decomposition tree. Let me take the region name. I'll take the region name. Drag the region name into the explain by. Drag the region name into the explain by. You will get a small plus symbol. Please wait. Don't click on that. Please wait. We dragged and dropped the region name. Then after region, let us follow the hierarchy. After region, I think we have state names. I'll put the state names below the region. First we have dragged the total revenue, then region name, then the state name. Below the state name, let us take a city. Like this. Under city, I want to know the customer wise. Or under city, I want to know the product wise, payment method wise, anything, your wish. For example, let me take the payment method. Under the particular city, how many check payment, how many cash payment, how many e-wallet payments. So I'll put the payment method into below the city also. So as of now, we'll try with this 4. So we have given, explained by, we are given with region, we are given with state, we are given with city, and then payment mode. Now, let us go to this decomposition tree. Overall, my revenue is 47.94. So let me click on this plus symbol now. Click on the plus symbol. When you click on plus symbol, it's asking, how do you want to expand it? Whether highest to lowest or lowest to highest. I recommend highest to lowest because I want to know which region has the highest and which region has the lowest. So let us say high value. Wait few seconds, you have to wait. And you can see it will expand the branch and it will show you south region, north region, east region, west region. It will expand and it will show you the south region. Yes, sorry. Yes, north. So north, south, northeast, west, east and central. Now let me expand the north region here. High value. So under the north, states. What are all the state wise? So this 12 crore, what is the split of the 12 crore? Uttar Pradesh is highest, then Jammu, Kashmir, then Rajasthan, then Punjab, then Himachal Pradesh. In Uttar Pradesh, I want to know city wise. Click on the plus symbol and I go for high value. Yes. Under Uttar Pradesh, Lucknow, Kanpur, Agra. Is it required every time I have to expand it like this? Not at all. Once you have expanded, that's very simple. Now, North Uttar Pradesh, I have expanded this branch, Lucknow. Now, I want to know Jammu Kashmir. Just go to Jammu Kashmir and make a click. So, it will show you in Jammu Kashmir what is it. And I go to Rajasthan and make a click. Under Rajasthan, Jaipur and Jodhpur, Punjab. One time if you open the branch, it's okay. Every time no need to open it. Then I will go to the south region and I make a click. South region, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Telangana, Kerala. But whenever I place the cursor on the region, it is disturbing us. It's giving the chart. Yesterday we have given this tooltip to this chart. That's why it's showing it here. If you don't like this, go to format of this visual and go to the general and switch off this tooltip. Switch off the tooltip. Then when you place the cursor, you will not get that chart. So you can expand it now. West means you can expand it. So like this, you can expand your branches. Anything. So one visual, you can represent anything like this. Total revenue, if I click, it shows country-wise, under country-wise, state, city-wise, state-wise, branch-wise, customer-wise, employee-wise, product-wise. Anything you can expand it. As I told, decomposition tree. Let me give a meaningful name for this. It's a tree. Okay. All are aware of this fields. Remember that fields which we covered in basics of Power BI? Sir, last month. If time permits, we'll explore that. This will be very useful. One chart, one click, you can create many charts. Based on the user input, you can create any types of chart, and sub-level of chart also will be available. We'll explore this feature. Maybe later we'll explore the feature, and selection pane, and probably this RLS also we'll try to explore it. Before afternoon, we have to finish it. After the break, we'll spend some time on DAX and other part. Okay. Believe we will take a break. Short break. We'll take a short break now. After the break, we'll start with the next chapter. I save this file. And once again, I am pausing the recording. Just to remove the level and try it again.
Now it's happening.
Maybe you would have made some mistake.
We have to select.
Correct. Either highest or lowest, you should have selected the value. Because fields means it doesn't know which field to be expanded. This is the issue. Okay. Since few people are asked for this we have covered in the basics of Power BI also, but very fastly I will recap it or recover it again because some people have missed the session. Maybe in earlier versions, this is a new feature. This feature was introduced just 1 year before. Last year, 2020, 2021, the earlier years, this feature was not available. So maybe the extension of the earlier chapter. This what if analysis, we have added some numerical field. Based on the numerical field selection, your outputs are changing here. Okay, similar to this. Now, whatever the chart we are creating. So, we are creating a chart here. All the visuals we are creating. Now, what we are going to do it is, we are going to give a permission for your end user. I am going to send this report to my end user. They can create whatever the report they want. For an example, let me take this file. We have one person wants to know customer wise what is the revenue. Another person wants to know maybe the employee wise what is the revenue. Sales, there are salespersons. The sales based on that how they got the revenue. And some person wants to know city wise. Some person wants to know state wise. Some person wants to know year wise. And payment method wise. Product wise. So each wise they want to create a report. For everything I cannot create a separate report. And one more time, for example, if I select city, some person wants to know, doesn't want to know all the city. They want to know only the particular 4 cities or 5 cities. There are 100 customers. They don't want all the 100 customers. They want to know only the 10 customers. The required customers. They can select and they can see the report. That's what we are going to do in the next process. The extension of the earlier chapter, before the decomposition tree, we have seen about what if analysis. Maybe that's an extension of this. I think, as I told, this we have covered in the basics, but recent days we would have covered, not in the earlier days. Last year we would have not covered this feature. So let us open a fresh new page. And what are all the fields you want to give a permission, you decide. For example, I want to give a permission for my user. They can create customer wise. And they can create employee wise. They can create, or employee will take it as later. And let me take the state wise, region wise, city wise, and then year wise. And then I'll take payment method wise, product wise. So these are all the reports they want. I can give a permission. If I select product, it will show the product wise report. If I select city, it should show city wise report. If I select customer, it will show customer wise report. If I select year, it will show year wise report. So whatever you select, based on that report will change automatically. So let us place the cursor on the table. Place the cursor on the empty area again. Go to the tab called as modeling. Go to the tab of modeling, which we did in the last session. A new parameter, modeling, new parameter, field. Last session we selected the numerical. Now let us go for fields. So go to modeling, new parameter, fields. So go to fields. And what could be the name of the field? This is a variable. You can give your own name. Last session for the numerical field, I have given a name called as discount. Now you can give your own name. Normally, I prefer to give a name called as switch field. My user can switch the field as per their wish. Okay, I have given a name called as switch field. Now, what are all the fields you want to select? Let me go to the customer info table. I'll go to the customer info table. Let me select the customer name. So remember, I cannot edit this. I can create it. I can modify it. I cannot edit it. So please be careful. If you have doubts, Stop me, ask me there itself. I selected the customer name. Then I will go to the geographic data. I select city and I select state. We have only one country details. If you have multiple countries, we would have selected this. I have only one country details. So I selected city, state. And let me go to the invoice table. And I want year wise. Could you tell me how can I make year wise here? Expand the invoice date, expand the date hierarchy, and select only the years. And let me go to some other. I will go to payment method, payment records. We'll select the invoice number again. Payment method. And I'll go to the product wise, product category wise. I want a report. And product name wise, I want a report. Let us select the product name. And let me go to the region details. I want region wise report also. So like this, you can select as much as possible as per your wish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have selected around 8 here. You can even 9, 10, 11, 12 based on your requirement. So you can select any number of fields here. So what we are going to do it is, if my end user wants to create a customized report, they can select customer. It will show you the customized report. City, city-wise report. State, state-wise report. Under that sub-level, we'll see the sub-level next. Now we are going to click on create. Yes. Once again, two things will happen. Could you tell me what is the two things will happen here? One is a separate slicer will be created. Second one, separate table will be created. In which name? The name which you have given. The name which you have given. Based on the name, I think yes, sir. PQRS. Maybe at the last, after the region details, you will get this. Because it's in alphabetical order. So alphabetically, yes comes at the last. So after the region, you can see that switch field will appear at the bottom. So two things will appear. Let me check that. So add a slicer. Yes, the slicer will be added automatically. And this table also will be created automatically. Let me click on create again. So you click on create. As I indicated, two things would have happened here. On the right hand side, you can see a table will be created in the name of switch field. On the left hand side, there is a slicer created here. Yes. You can see on the right side, if I scroll down on the bottom of the right side, you can see a table will be created here. Switch field. And you can see there is a slicer created, but I'm not able to see the slicer because it has automatically created a small DAX for us. I don't want to see the DAX, so click somewhere else outside. And you can see a slicer. Now move the slicer wherever you want. I'll move it somewhere else here. Click outside because I don't want to see that DAX. Click outside and move this slicer to somewhere else on the bottom. So we have created a slicer. Last session also, this slicer is automatically created. But this slicer is by number wise. This slicer is by field wise. What are all the fields available on your table? Now let me create a chart. Let me create a chart. Any chart. As usual, I will go with the clustered column chart. Place the cursor on some, or you can go with the bar chart, line chart, any chart. I'll place the cursor on some empty area. Clustered column chart. I selected the clustered column chart. Okay. Now, here the challenge is, if I want to create state-wise report, very simple. I will drag the state and I drop it to x-axis. If I want city-wise report, I will drag the city into x-axis. If you want customer-wise report, I will drag the customer into x-axis. But the problem is, I don't know which my user will select. My user may select city, user may select customer, user may select state, they may select anything. Here also we did the same thing. I don't know what my person will select. So what I did is, I dragged that field. Here what I did, I dragged the field. Same thing here. I select this chart. I don't know what my user will select, which is available on the table. Go to the table called as switch field, which is available on the right hand side. Table, switch field. Under switch field, there is a column called a switch field with a question mark. Why question mark? Because I don't know what they will select. Based on that selection, this will change automatically. So it's a question mark. They can change it to city, they can change it to state name, they can change it to customer name also. Based on that, the report will change automatically. So no worries. So this switch field, a table, you should expand the table. Below that, there is a switch field. This switch field has to be dragged and dropped into the x-axis. This switch field which we have used, that switch field has to be dragged and dropped into x-axis. Then what is the report you want? Year wise, revenue, you want the total revenue, you want the target revenue, you want the profit and loss, anything. For example, I am using a revenue for everything. Let us use the profit margin now. For example, I will go with the profit margin for a change. Let me drag the profit margin to the y-axis. So it shows now customer wise. It shows customer wise what is my profit margin. So why it shows the customer is because that's my first field. By default, it should take any field, right? By default, it's taking the first field for my chart. But now, one person wants to know the customer wise. So another person, they don't want customer wise, they want city wise. So very simple. Select the city now. It will show you city wise report. And one person wants to know the state wise. Select state wise. And another one wants to know year wise, payment method wise, category wise, product wise, region wise. So based on whatever they select, your charts are updating automatically. Still it's not over. We have to see one more step. So with one chart you can display everything. One chart you can display all the fields. All the fields you can display it here. So my end user can select whatever the visual they want, whatever the fields they want. But second level, suppose I select a particular city. It shows some particular city. But my end user doesn't want to see all the city. They want to see only the 10 cities of it. Or if I select the state names, they don't want all the state names. They want only a particular state or 4 or 5 state names. So let us select this slicer. Let us select the slicer. We'll take a copy of the slicer. Control C, Control V. Copy and paste. Control C, Control V. We'll take a copy of the slicer, copy it and paste it. And place the slicer, second slicer somewhere else on the bottom. We'll put the slicer in a tile format later. Copy and paste the slicer somewhere else. Control C, Control V, copy and paste it. After copying and pasting, second slicer. Go to the second slicer. First slicer is okay. Go to the second slicer. Under second slicer, select this second slicer. Go to this below the build visual. Add data to your visual. Field. Below the field, switch field. There is an arrow mark called as switch field. Go to the build visual. Switch field. Show values of selected field. What it means is, if I select customer, it should show what are all the customer name available here. If I select city, it should show me what are all the cities available here. Show values of the field selected here. Whatever the field I selected, based on that, the value should be shown here. So you have to select this option. Show values of selected field. That's it. That's the thing. It's not connected, that's why it's showing some error. Maybe we have to put it in the same table, then we can get this. That's what. Once we select, it will show. Because I didn't select anything. Correct. Because I didn't select anything, that's why it's showing up. Correct. So select customer name wise, city name wise, state name wise, year wise. But problem is, if I select customer, I want to select only 3 or 4 customers. One customer. How do we select another customer here? Control key. I have to press the control key and I select 4 or 5 customers, which I don't want. Without control key, I want to select 4 or 5 customers here. Select this. Go to the format your visual, slicer settings, selection, then multi-select with control key, off, switch off. Switch off that multiple selection with control key. Then now you select it. Now no need to hold the control key, just you can make a click here. No need for using control key. Select the slicer, format, visual, switch off this multi-select. This multi-select has to be switched off. So based on my selection, the outputs are changing here. City means city-wise report, state means state-wise report. And this slicer, I'll make it as a tile. Format, slicer settings, tile. Because I need some space. This slicer, I'll put it here. So based on my selection, you can see it's changing. So category, I don't want all the category. I want the 3 categories. I can select only the 3 categories here. So product name, I don't want all the product name. I want only the particular products. I can select only the particular products. Sub-level. Or I believe this we covered in the first level itself. You have to drag and drop. That we cannot change. Put 2 charts. Or we can give a permission to user to change it. And that's another option available. Maybe that we will explore it. The file, after publishing, file options and settings, options, file options and settings, options. It will open a dialog box. Taking some time. Report settings. Under report settings, you can say you can allow some permission for your user. They can allow the filter, allow the end user change the filter pane, allow the visual on the report, allow the reader to personalize the report suit their needs. If we tick this, they can personalize and they can create their own report. Not for this, for everything. You cannot change it for this report. All the pages, all the reports. Particular. So they can customize, they can drag, they can change the reports as per their wish. Create one more chart here. There is another chart. Or we can have a bookmark and selection pane. Either click in the chart or if you click this, another chart will appear. Based on the selection, they can make the chart. Our next chapter will cover it. So this is switch fields. Okay. So this is one parameter. So we have created this parameter in Power BI. We'll see how to create a parameter. Since we are in the chapter of parameter, we'll finish up the parameter. We can create a we can create a parameter in Power Query also. What is the purpose and what is the advantage of creating a parameter in Power Query? This data is having only 3 years, or this data is having for the entire data set, south, north, east, west. I want to share this report, or I don't want this report for the entire 3 years. I want this report to be populated only for 2 years or 1 year. You can create a slicer for it. For example, you can create a slicer. If I select 2025, it will show you 2025 report. 2024 means 2024 reports. But every time you are refreshing, every time you are adding, it may increases your file size. I may have thousands of record, millions of record, but for reporting, I want only the particular year's record. Or this time I want 2025 records, or next time I want 2024 and 2025. You can customize it also. So we can create a parameter. Based on the parameter, your table will get filtered automatically based on the parameter. So this parameter, now we have created the parameter using the modeling, using the parameter in Power BI, we have created the parameter. Now we are going to create a parameter, not for the visual, we are going to create a parameter for your data. Okay. Now assume this, I want only the particular year's data here. For example, when I want only the starting from 1st of this month till this today, only that report should be populated here. Because my database is too large. Every time I cannot populate this much of data, my system is very slower. So, and I want another report, I want it 24 to 25. So anytime you can change it. So you can create a parameter in Power Query, and you can use the parameter in Power Query and Power BI also. So let us go to Power Query first. So I'll go to Power Query. Home tab, data. Go to Home tab, go to Transform Data. So go to Power Query. So let us take the date. You can take the date. Suppose you can take a particular country, particular state, particular region, particular customer, particular product, anything you can take it here. Let me start with the date. So we have gone to Power Query. In Power Query, we have Home tab. Let us go to the Home tab. Under Home tab, almost all the important feature which we have covered in the basics levels of Power BI. One feature is pending, that is the Manage Parameter. Go to the Home tab. Under Home tab, you can click on Manage Parameter. Home tab, Manage Parameter, New Parameter. New Parameter. Okay. Let us go to New Parameter, Manage Parameter, New Parameter. It will open a new dialog box, and it will ask what is the parameter name and what is the parameter type. So for example, it says parameter 1. I don't want parameter 1. Here, let us say the start date. So go to Home tab, Parameter, Manage Parameter, New Parameter, Start date. Even the parameter can be selected also, but start date you cannot select it. It's better to type it. Start date. Is this field required, or you can make it as optional? Even you can leave empty also, but I feel it's required. And what is the type of this parameter, whether this is a number or whether this is a date or whether it's a text. So let us go with date. And whether you want the user can enter their own date, or you are going to give a list. From the list only they can select it. Or I can get it from another table. So as of now, I'm going to give any value. We'll see what is that list, what is the query in the next part. Any value, they can enter any value. And you have to give some, because we have selected required here. You have to give some value here. You have to give some value here. Let me give this year 01 January 2025. The starting date is 01 January 2025. Just I'm giving a sample, sorry, spelling mistake, Jan. So I have given a name, 01 January 2025 will be the start date as per my parameter. You can modify this parameter. I'm just giving a default value now. We can modify it later. Okay. So we have created one parameter. You can see here on this query, there is a parameter created called a start date, and it shows what is my start date. So one parameter. Yes. What she got yesterday, what she got today. You have to save and Windows is the problem. Windows is the problem. Morning we did the power query many times. This is the first time we are going to power query now. Morning we gone to power query. Restart once. Any problem in Microsoft, best solution is restart. ஒரு ஜோக்கு கூட சொல்லுவாங்க, மைக்ரோசாஃப்ட் has invented a helicopter. There is a problem in the helicopter on the air. Restartனு சொன்னாங்க. Restart the helicopter. Fly ஆயிட்டு இருக்கும்போது. The best solution is restart it. Yes? Shall we move on? You want me to wait? Restart it. It will take some time. Others, you can try to create the one more parameter for the end date. You create it. I will help you. If you're not able to create, I will help. Just try. Create one more parameter for the end date and make the last date of this year, 31 December 2025. Give that as a default. Just try. Just try to create one more parameter. I will tell you how to apply that parameter in our visuals, in our reports. Sorry. Create one more parameter called as end date. The date should be 31 December 2025. Create another parameter. Yes, done. You need my support? So I restarted it. i5, your systems are i5, i7, i5. Gen, 10th gen, 11th gen, 11. Then it should be good. It should be faster. 31st. End date. 31st. This year, last day. You try that, I will help you. I am going to create one more parameter. Manage parameter. New parameter. And what's the parameter name is, let us go for the end date or finish date. The parameter is end date. And yes, it's the data type is date again. Date. Numbers and text we will try it in the next session. This any value, list of values I will explain in the next session. Current value is 31 December 2025. So we have created two parameters. What is the use? What is the purpose of the two parameters? We'll see how to use this. I want my report to be loaded based on these two parameters. I don't want the entire report to be loaded because I may have 20 years, 30 years of data, very big data. My data is accumulated lakhs and lakhs, million, billion, trillions of rows. So I want the data to be loaded only till this date to this date. So I think the date is available in the invoice table. We'll go to invoice table. Okay. In this invoice table, let us go to the invoice date. Filter of this invoice date. We'll go to the filter of this invoice date. Date filters. Go to the invoice date because the date is available in the invoice table. So go to the invoice table, go to the invoice date, under invoice date, between or equal or before, after, let us say between. Or before this, after this, next to this, previous of this. So let us go to between. I want data to be loaded between this 1 Jan to 31 December. Only that data has to be loaded. I don't want the entire data to be loaded into Power BI and increase my file size, decrease my system speed. So let us say between. So I have gone to filter of my invoice date and I gone to between. It's open. It will open a dialog box where it will ask for the filter here between. After and equal to which date, before and equal to which date. Here either you can type the date, but I don't want to type the date. Instead of typing the date, on the left hand side you can even select the date. There is a calendar image available. you can select what is the start date and what is the finish date, which I don't want, because today I may select this 25 and tomorrow I want the report for 24 also. So anytime I can change my reports. So I want to customize that. So I click here and go to parameter. Click on this left hand side, parameter. Which parameter? Start date. So here it should be a start date. Same like on the bottom, parameter, end date. Okay. How this will work in Power BI? I am doing it in Power Query. How can I do the same thing in Power BI also? Now what will happen is it require every time I have to come here and fix the start date and finish date. So the start date and finish date, I have given this in a parameter field already. 1/1/2025 to 31/12/2025. So now I say OK. So you can see it will filter only the data from 1/1 to 2025. So only that data is filtered. Now if you load it, only that data will be loaded into Power BI. Only that data will be loaded into Power BI. Let us check that. Let us check that. I selected 1/1 and till 31 December 2025. Only that data is available here. Close and apply. Only that data will be loaded. But how do we do this in Power BI itself? We'll see that in the next part. Now it will load only the data of 2025. It's taking some time, but it will load. You need any support? It loaded. I think it's loading still. This is loading and reporting. RLS is some other different tool that we'll see. There is more thing called as RLS. Now I think total and everything would have changed here, because I have loaded only the report of 2025, not the entire table. Only 2025 data would have been loaded here. I need to change. See. I have only 2025. Yeah. Due to the interaction, it was not changed. We'll see that interaction, how to handle the interaction here in this home page. But how can I customize this in now? For example, let me go to any customer details page. Here it shows only the details starting from 1 January till 31 December 2025. But now I want to see the report for 24 also. Is it required every time I have to go back to Power Query and change it? Can I change it in BI itself? Because now my customer wants to know the report for 2024 and 2025 both, or I want it for both. So I want to, once again I have to go to Power Query and load it. It's not required. You can do it in BI itself. Go to Home tab. Go to this transform data. There is arrow mark on the transform data. Under the arrow mark of the transform data, there is something called as edit parameters. Click on the edit parameters. It will ask for your parameter, what is the start date and what is the end date. Now let us say here the start date is 2024. Sorry. From 2024, I want it till 31/12/2025. Or you can change the end date also. This is my starting date. This is my ending date. So now I change that starting date. 1/1/2024, 31/12/2025. Now it will show you the report. I will apply it again because it's taking some time. So now only the date from 1 Jan 2025 to 31/24 to 31/2025 will be loaded here. Yes. It will load only for. Now you can customize it as per your wish. Yes. 24 and 25. So your data is too large. I don't want to load the entire data. So using the parameter, you can load only the wanted data and publish it also. Only this data will be published. Only this data will be used. Even dynamically also we can change it. We'll see it in the next session. Okay. So go to transform, edit parameter, and give the start date and end date. I have set date. You can use anything. It can be date, it can be city, it can be country, it can be product, it can be branch, anything. For example, we'll try one more. Maybe how to select it instead of typing. How do we select it? Let me go to the transform data again. I'll go to Power Query again. Let us go to Power Query. And let us go to the same manage parameter. This will be useful for a bigger data. Handling a huge, large volume of data. I want to use only the particular data. Then we can go for this. Go for a manage parameter. Under manage parameter, let us create a new parameter now. I'll create a new parameter. Let us take some text parameters. I will take a text parameters. Let us give some parameter. Maybe the easiest one, let us take maybe the region name. I'll take the region name. And the region name, let us say this any, instead of any, let us make it as text. Two things we'll try. First, we'll see how to make a list. So here, suggested value, inside the suggested value, I want to make a list. Click on the list and you can type the list here. For example, I'll put the list as South. Then I will add the list as North. Then I'll add some list as West, something. I'm putting some list here. West. Then I'll add one more called as East. So add the values here. Default, what could be your value? The default value may be, if nothing is done, the default value is South. Current value also can be South here. So by default, I am putting it as South. So we have created a parameter. Last session, we have created a parameter for a start date and end date. Now we are creating a parameter for a text. And now I selected a new feature called as list of values. List of values. Where I am typing the values. What is the advantage of typing? Instead of asking us user to type, I am giving the list of values. Say OK. There will be a new parameter created in the name called as region, South. Here advantage is you can use the drop down and you can change it here. Instead of the South, suppose I want North, I can change it because there is a drop down. Rather than typing, I can select South. But nothing will be happening here because we have to fix it under. After creating the parameter, we have to do one more thing. What has to be done? Filter. I don't know where is the region details available. Region details is available in the region details table. Under region details table, tell me what I can do now. Go to the filter of that region. Then text filter equals to, or other than South region I want, it means not equal to. So let us say equal to. Equal to, it will ask equal to what? Instead of South region, you have to select the parameter. Yes, equal to parameter. Which parameter? The region parameter. So the region parameter. So let me select the region parameter. Now say OK. Here it would have got filtered only for South region. Only South region is filtered here. Suppose you are sending this report to other countries. Only that country report should be sent to that particular people. So you can filter that country and you can send the report. Dynamically through all RLS also you can send it. That we'll see it in the next session. Close and apply. Or do you have the region wise report? I think some table you should have that region wise report. Top 10 I have it. Yeah, it's loading. One minute, it's loading. You have created a parameter? Oh, that is different. No, not contain. No close on apply. Filter it. Some blank data. So as of now, okay. Now as of now, let me remove this filter because I want the entire data now. So go to transform, go back to Power Query again. I don't want that filter to be applied. Let us be the parameter be there. I want to clear the filter, but I want the data back again. Through RLS, we'll see how to filter it. That's the next chapter. Now let us remove the filters. I'll go to every table and I will remove the filters. Just a minute. It's loading. Yes, parameter can be there. I'll go to the invoice trans table. I don't want the filter. Either you can click here and you can remove the filter here. Sorry, invoice table. I don't want the filter. I want the data again. There is an option called as filtered rows. You can remove the filter, or you can go to the invoice date and clear the filter also. Or you can remove the steps. The filtered rows, you can remove it, or you can go to the filter area, clear the filter also. Both are same. I will remove the filtered rows. So it shows me the table back. Same like I will go to the region details now. And I want the table back also. So let us remove the filtered rows here. So I want the entire table again because we are going to see further more reports. So I want the entire table back again. So we removed that filter. We have removed the filter for region details. We have removed the filter for invoice trends. Both the filter we have cleared. Now let us come back. Let us see some other visuals and we'll see about selection pane and bookmark. Once again, the bookmark is available in desktop version, online version also. You'll see both. Yes. It's taking some time. Okay. So let us insert a new page. I'll go to a new page. We'll see some more visuals here. Some more other visuals. Place the cursor on some empty area. Place the cursor on some empty area. Let us go for this, maybe this waterfall. I'll go for a waterfall. In waterfall, we have two types of waterfall. We'll see both. Let us start with a normal waterfall. I place the cursor on some empty cell, empty area, and I'll go with this waterfall in my system, third row, second one. I click on this waterfall. So let us take this year-wise. Waterfall means, you know, it's like a bridge. It's like a waterfall. So select the waterfall chart and let me take the invoice date year. Invoice date year. So I'll go to invoice date. Under invoice date, let us take the year. And I drop the years to the category area. Drag and drop the years to category area. Breakdown. We'll see about the breakdown in another few minutes. Let us go with, I'm not going to use something, but let us take the profit margin. I want to know how was my profit margin for the years 2023, 24, 25. Whether it's going in upward, whether it's going in down, whether it's going in a profit or whether it's going in a loss. I think we are in the profit, but still. So I'll bring the profit margin to the y-axis. Profit margin, we are bringing into y-axis. Yes. So I think we are going in a profit. If it is a loss, it will show you in a red. How much it's a loss, it will show it in a red. As I told, it shows like a waterfall. So this is my 2023's profit. This is my 2024's profit. This is 2025 profit. My overall profit is this. So it shows me a waterfall. This is one way. Another waterfall. We'll see one more waterfall. This is fine. But I want to compare last quarter with this quarter. Compared to 2023, how was my 2024's profit? Compared to 2024, how was my 2025 profit? Whether it has increased or whether it has decreased. Maybe let me take for quarter wise, because month wise, 3 years, month wise means 36 months will appear. Or you can check with some other region wise also. Last 2023 South region, whether and compared to South region last year, this year South region profit was increased or not, decreased or not. Region wise also you can check. First let me start with the quarter wise. I'll start with the quarter wise. I'll go to invoice date again. Under the invoice date, I can see the quarter. Let us go to the quarter. Under the quarter, let us drag the quarter to the breakdown area. Drag the quarter wise to the breakdown area. Now you can see it will break it here and it shows me green or a red. 2023, we don't have anything to be compared with 2023 because 2023 as per my data, that's my data is starting from 2023. Now there are some greens and red. What is this green and red indicate is? This is quarter 2 for 2024. When I place the cursor, compared to the last quarter, last year 2023, in 2023, my profit margin for this quarter was 21 crores, 21 lakhs, and this quarter it was 25 lakhs. So compared to that, there was 3 lakhs increase. There are 17% increase compared to the last year. This year, the quarter 2, we have an increase. We have a green. So there was a profit margin was good, 17%. We have shown an increase compared to the last year, 2023 and 24. And this is quarter 4. It will be in a descending order. That's called as waterfall. Waterfall will be, you cannot get it in ascending and descending. That's called, that's not waterfall. You cannot sort this table. Sorting of the table is not possible. It will be in the descending order, highest to the lowest. Profit, then you will get the loss at the last. So red means compared to the last year, quarter 1, 2023 quarter 1 was 22 lakhs and 24 was 20 lakhs. So 1 lakh loss, 6% negative. That's why it's in red.
We cannot sort to this.
So I told you, cannot sort. Then it's not a waterfall. Then the chart is not called as water. Waterfall means waterfall should be like this. If I sort it, then it's not a waterfall. It's a bar chart. It doesn't call it as waterfall. Waterfall will be in this order. So it's like, as I told, it's like a bridge or it's like a waterfall. We call it as a bridge diagram. We call it as a waterfall diagram. Yes. As I told this, you can check it not only for quarter wise. Let me, in the breakdown, I will remove this quarter. You can add city name, you can add the region name. Let me add the region because city is very long. So let me add the region name into the breakdown. Yes. So each region wise. So the Northeast compared to last year in Northeast region, 14 lakhs was last year. This lakh was 18 lakhs. So we have 3 lakhs of increase. Yellow is somewhat near to the, within 10% lesser. Almost we are near to that. Red is a very long gap, more than 10% of loss or gain. So yellow means it's somewhat near to your earlier year. So I got it by region wise. So compared to the last year, I think all the other things are loss. More reds are there for region wise.
Because 25 data
Data is not full. No, but still quarter, okay, data is not full, correct. Maybe.
But again,
Monthwise it will be very big chart. You can go for monthwise also.
my small doubt.
Sorry.
So northeast value. So again, south it is showing above.
You are saying this also, okay. Ah.
Again, it is showing. First, it is showing
Highest profit to the lowest. So Northeast has more profit compared to the last one. I think 25%. Here it is 8%. Here it is 12%. It's better. So highest to lowest.
okay, but again, it should be 100%.
100, why 100?
No, it is above. Compared to 2023, this much percentage they have what we are trying to say.
No, compared to 23, 14 lakhs. 24 is 18 lakhs. So we have 3 lakhs of profit.
So we have increased.
So it's profit only, 25% more. So I have dragged region, you can drag anything here. It can be year, month, quarter. Quarter-wise. Quarter-wise I think we already did. Okay. So this is one visual. Waterfall. Another. Maybe let us try this funnel. Funnel chart. Highest to lowest. Compared with one earlier highest to lowest. So let me select the empty area and I'll go to the funnel. So let me click on the funnel chart. Place the cursor on some empty area and I click on the funnel chart. And let me take something like employee table. As of now, I didn't use the employee table. First time, let me use the employee table. Employee name. So let me bring the employee name to the category area. I'm bringing the employee name to the category area. Maybe the total revenue or profit margin to the value area. So highest to lowest, which employee has given more revenues, they will be on the top. So Sridharan AR has given more revenue. So 5 crore 75 lakhs 32,000 is 100%. And next one is the second person, second highest. So compared to the first one, what is the percentage? Compared to the first person, Sridharan, she has 99%. Overall, what is the percentage? Same like Anandraj, compared to the first, compared to the previous. Compared to the topper, he was 94%. Compared to the previous one, he is 95%. So this is, it looks like a pyramid or a funnel. So I dragged the employee name. You can drag anything. You can drag it. I want to know which employee has given more revenue, which salesperson has given more revenue for us, highest to lowest. So I drag the employee name into the category area, total revenue into the value area. Let us see one or two new visuals. First employee name, then total revenue. Okay. I think after this, all the visuals are very simple. Even you can explore it, but let me try. Maybe the combo. One chart, I can have two charts. One is a line, another one is like a Pareto chart. So place the cursor on some empty area. Maybe the row number 1, 2, second row. Last but one. Line with the stacked column chart. Line with the clustered column chart. You can select anything. Let me go to the last one. Line with clustered column chart. Line with clustered column chart. I'll go with the line with clustered column chart. I place the cursor on some empty cell. Line with cluster combo chart. We can have two charts in one chart. Let us take something. Maybe I am taking the smaller value again. Maybe the region. Region name, I'll put it into x-axis. And once again, let me take the total revenue into y-axis, column y-axis. This is fine. This we already did. But this value, I want to bring two different types of value. Revenue is more, maybe in millions. I want to know each region, how many invoices we have made. Count of invoice numbers. Count may be within thousands. But the revenue may be in million, billion, trillions. How can I display two different values in one chart? So one is in a million format, other may be in a thousands format. So I want to get one more primary, secondary axis here. This is one axis. I want one more axis here, secondary axis. So let us take the invoice number. I will bring the invoice number into line y-axis. Line y-axis. So line y-axis. So we have two axes here. One on the left hand side, you can see it shows an axis. That is your primary axis. Right hand side, you have another axis, secondary axis. We have two types of axis, primary and secondary. Combo chart, mixture of two charts. Combo. Okay. Right. Before seeing the bookmark and selection pane, let us explore one more visual. So in this chapter, in this page, we are all seeing some new visuals. Okay, maybe KPI. So let me click on this KPI. Row number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth row, third one. Fifth row, third one. I'll click on this KPI. I want to know whether customer wise it's my profit or we are going in a loss. As per my target, actual versus plan. Actual versus plan, whether we are in the profit or not. Maybe it's customer wise or employee wise, product wise, anything. Let us take a product also. I will take the product name. Here value, trend axis and target. Value, trend axis and target. Okay, let us take the total revenue first. I will bring the total revenue, value, total revenue, and we have yesterday we have created one thing called as target revenue. First I dragged this KPI. The KPI, first I dragged the total revenue into the value area. Then the target revenue. Yesterday we created the target revenue into the target area. But still it doesn't show anything here. Because I want to know based on what? Maybe the product. Let us say the product name. I'll bring the product name to the trend axis. Yes. As per the plan, as per the product, the goal is 75 something and we have achieved 8.13 millions and it's plus 8.13% more than our target. So as per the target, you should have achieved some goal and we have achieved more than that. So it's 8.13. So we are on top of our. Let me create another KPI also here. One more. Maybe I'll copy and paste this. Control C, Control V. I want it the same KPI for customer wise also. Instead of product name, let us put customer name. So customer wise, what is my goal and customer wise, what is my target? Whether we are in green or red. Almost all are things because we are going in a profit margin.
The graph behind it is just any value.
It's a dummy graph, that's all. It doesn't give a more sense. Maybe red or green, it will show you if it is profit, it will show you green. Red, it will show you red if it is a loss.
Next one.
This one, third one. 1, 2, 3. Row number fourth or fifth, third one. Customer wise I did and product wise I did, then city wise something. Any number of KPIs. I am just copying, pasting, and I am creating many things like this.
Customer has increased, that is what they are saying. Same customer revenue got increased, that is what they are. Target you receive more money from customer.
Lakh 50 something. We received 1 lakh 73. So, I told you yesterday we created a target and got. How total revenue will be saved? Then customer would have bought different product. Overall total, if you remove the city, if you remove the customer, what are overall total revenue, overall target revenue will be same. The revenue will be different, customer wise revenue will be different, product wise revenue will be different. When you have same revenue for everything, grand total will be same. Not grand total. Grand total is this. If you go to the first page, you go to the home page. This is the total revenue. This is the target revenue. Overall total. If I select the product wise, the total revenue will change, correct? If I put a particular customer, the total revenue will be different. How can you get the same? It is filtered by city wise. It is filtered for city wise. Overall grand total will be different. If I take city wise, it will be different. City wise, it will be different. You will not get.
It's like suppose you have 10 customers. So 10 customers would have purchased. That we are trying to see is like the overall total, the total revenue, target revenue we are taking. Target revenue, I mean, value is total revenue. So if you calculate all the product also, the value should be different. When you calculate for customer also, it should be.
No, there is a. I will show you the formula for finding out this percentage KPI formula. I will show you the formula. If you put the formula, you will get this value. It's not getting the grand total. It is comparing the actual versus target, and you will get the total. Formula. I will show you the formula for KPI. Okay. So other visual time permits will explore it. If you don't like any one of the visuals, for example, I want to create a Gantt chart. I want to create a Pareto new visual which is not part of your visuals. For example, I'll go to the new page. So there are some visuals available here. I don't want these visuals. I want to create some other visual which is not part of my Power BI. Can I create some new visuals? As I told, Pareto chart, Gantt chart, task, start date, end date, resources, or I want to create a Pareto chart. So there is a 3 dot available here. Go to the 3 dot and there is an option called as get more visual. Go to the 3 dot and get more visuals. Click on get more visuals. Under get more visuals, there are like a Google store, like an Apple store. There will be some stores, there are some visuals available. If you are not satisfied with any one of the visuals available here, if you are not getting a right report, if you are not satisfied with any one of the visual, you can use any visuals available here, which is a certified visual. Try to use the certified visual as per certified by Power BI. How do I know a certified visual? Place the cursor over here, you should get this tick mark, Power BI certified. So this icon map pro is not certified. Please try to avoid it. So try to use the certified visual. There are some certified visuals available. Try to use this. For example, I want to create a Pareto chart. So when I type Pareto, you can see it shows a Pareto chart. So Before inserting the Pareto chart, I want to know how this chart will look like. Can I check before inserting the Pareto chart? I'll click this. It will show you the preview of the chart. We can download it also. If you are okay, we can insert the chart. It's taking, as usual, taking some time. Yeah. So this is my chart looks like. This is how the chart will look like. So still, if you are not satisfied, you can download the sample. I'm downloading the sample. After the sample is downloaded, you can open the chart and you can check. So let me open it. I have downloaded that part like this. I'm just giving a sample like this. There are so many other visuals available. If you are satisfied with the visual, you can add it. Yes, it's loading. I don't know whether you are all using Pareto charts here. 80-20 rule. Using it. Quality, production. They will use Pareto. Okay, it's taking some time to load for me. If you are satisfied with that Pareto, you can add it. For example, I can click on add. It will be added as a visual here. You can see a new Pareto chart will be, a visual will be added. Yes. Like this, you can get some external visuals also, which is not part of Power BI. You can get some external visuals, like a app. So I click on this. Yes, it's successfully imported. So you can use some visual which is not part of Power BI also. As usual, I'll go with some other customer name. It automatically finds the cumulative percentage. Once again, I take the total revenue. I take customer revenue, falls on 80 chart. Pareto, I added some sample Pareto. 80-20. I took customer, no more customers are there. That's why it's showing something. That 10. Filter, basic filter. Let us say top 10. Top 10 by revenue. Cater. Cater. This people are upgrading day by day. And there are so many visuals will be. Like as I told, it's Android app. Anyone can create an app. Like this, anyone can create a visual. If you know script to code script, when you can create your own also. What is the visual you told? Saying the new visual. Can chart, you should have the start date, you should have the date. This data will be appropriate for it. Let me try. You should have the task name, we should have the start date, we should have the end date. The Gantt chart may work properly. Or add some sample data and try. For example, let me try. I clicked on 3 dot, it's still on. For project, you can use Gantt chart. Start date, end date. Start date, end date, and download it, and I will explain. Or I will add a sample data and I will explain. Same. opened Power BI. No other go. I have to restart the Power BI. Finish off with synchronization of slicer, maybe selection pane and bookmark if possible. It has hanged. Hey, I added one app that's giving me a problem. Sorry. I'm opening the Power BI again. The sync of slicer, bookmark, and the latest is saved. On. Says only 10:20. I believe you know that every 10 minutes your file will get saved, correct? You can schedule the timing also. You can change the timing and you can open that recovered file also. Every 10 minutes, not only in Excel, Power BI, everywhere, every 10 minutes your file will get saved. Even you can change that saving schedule also. Want me to come there? even. Stop here. Connection remove. Okay. Extremely sorry for this delay. Due to some reason, it was hanged and I restarted it. Before the break, I thought of finishing the bookmark and selection pane. Time constraint. We'll finish one thing, that is synchronization of your slicer. Synchronization of slicer. Let us finish off that. We have a very big table. So many tables are available here. Slicer with multiple tables. And similarly, we have some visuals in multiple pages. Let me take some. For example, if I select a particular year, I think I have to connect my databases again. So I want to synchronize the slicer with multiple pages. If I click on one page, all the page, it has to be synchronized. All the page, it has to be filtered. So for example, I'll go to the home page. In the home page, and sir, if I click on the slicer, all the pages, the slicer should be applied. You can take any slicer. Let me take the date or month or year or anything. So let me insert a slicer. Place the cursor on this table, first table, and I place the cursor on the right side. And I'm going to insert a slicer. So let me insert the slicer. Click on the slicer. I clicked on the slicer and I place the slicer somewhere else on the top right. And let us bring the invoice. Let me take the date itself. I'll take the invoice date and I'll bring the invoice date to the field area. So I drag the invoice date. I inserted a slicer and I drag the invoice date to the field area. But the invoice date shows like this. That means you have to give the start date and you have to give the end date. You have to give the start date and you have to give the end date manually, the lowest date and the highest date. You can change the slicer settings. You know that already. I'll go to slicer settings and I can say between, after, before, drop down. But I don't want this. I want only the years. If I select 2024, all the pages I want only the 2024 report. If I select 25, all the pages I want only the 2025 report. So, select the slicer, go to the add data to your visual. I remove that invoice date or I go to the drop down here and you can make it as date hierarchy. So when I select date hierarchy, so instead of invoice date, I made it as date hierarchy. So you can see the date hierarchy, the slicer is available. So date hierarchy, instead of the invoice date, I made it as date hierarchy. You can add or remove. Suppose I don't want the quarter, I can remove. I want only the year. You can have only the year. You can remove the other part. I don't want the day wise. I don't want the month wise. I will remove the day wise. So when I select year, expand the year, you can see quarter. When I expand the quarter, you can see month wise also. Okay. Now this slicer has to be synced. When I select 2023, yes, we are getting the total revenue for 2023, target revenue for 2023, profit margin for 2023, and this gauge is also changing. Same like I select 2024, it shows for 2024, but it shows only in this page. When I go to the next page, in top 10, here also I want to know only 2023. When I go to some other page, maybe this analysis page, here also I want only for 2023. And when I go to some other page, grouping page, here also I want it for 2023. Same like for I want it in the multiple pages. Some pages assume I don't want. In customer details page, I don't want 2023. It has to show the entire details. So you can decide whichever the page you want it to be synced, whichever the pages you don't want it to be synced. So select the slicer, go to the view tab, select the slicer, go to the view tab. Under the view tab, you can notice there is an option called as the last one, sync slicer. Go to the view tab, under view tab, you have to click on sync slicer. Click on that sync slicer. Yes, a new dialog box is opening here and it's asking which are all the pages you want to sync it. Whether you want to sync it in all the pages or you want to sync it in a particular pages. But two icons are available. Left hand side there is an icon, sync. Right hand side there is an icon, visibility. Visibility means whether the slicer should be visible. As of now, I will go with add and sync with all pages. View sync slicer. View sync slicer. Now let me select add and sync with all pages. So all the pages the slicer will be added. We can remove it later also. All the pages this will be added and all the pages it will be synchronized. So what will happen now? So let me select 2023 here. Yes, 2023 is filtered in this page. I'll go to the next page. The next page also you can see 2023 is filtered. And if I go to the next page, customer details also you can see 2023 is filtered. If I go to the state year wise report also 2023 is filtered. Analysis also 2023 is filtered. Grouping 2023 is filtered. In all the pages you can see it filters only 2023.
All the pages we can see the slicer.
See it also. That you can decide. If you don't want to see it, it should be synchronized, but I don't want to see it. Then select this slicer again. Select the slicer again. You can decide which are all the pages you want to see, which are all the pages you don't want to see. Synchronization will happen, but this is visibility. Suppose assume that in the last decomposition tree, it has to be synchronized, but I don't want to see it. Uncheck this. If I uncheck this, what will happen is, when I select 2024, it filters for 2024, but when I go to the decomposition tree, the 2020, the slicer is not appearing here. Slicer will not appear. So, because I placed the cursor slicer on the home page, so you have to go to the home page and do it. Select this home page, select the slicer and decide what you want to do. Now, for example, the state and year wise, I don't want the slicer should be visible. Even I don't want the slicer should be filter, synced. I remove both. I removed both. So what will happen if I select 2024 in the state and year wise, it will show you all the year wise and all the state wise. There will be no synchronization of your slicer. Even it will not be visible also. It will not be visible. It will not be synchronized. For that you should have removed and we should have did this. Shows everything. Now I'll go to the home page, select this, and as I told in this, uncheck that filter, and while synchronizing or doing, uncheck everything and do it. Otherwise, this also will get saved. Now let us remove the state and year wise and the state and revenue wise. So in state year wise, I don't want the slicer should be visible. I don't want the slicer to be synchronized also. So when I go to the state and year revenue, no, slicer is not visible, slicer is not synced also. Suppose I select a particular year, 2025, go to the state and year wise, no slicer, no synchronization. It shows for all the years here. So you can decide, select slicer, Before synchronizing or anything, my suggestion is uncheck, clear the filter and do it. Whatever you want to do, my suggestion is clear the filter and decide before synchronizing or before doing some activity. Please clear it and do it. Please clear the slicer and do the activity. Don't select something because that also will get saved. So clear the slicer and do whatever you want to do now. So whether you want to synchronize it, whether you want to make the slicer visible or not. So the first one is, this one is for synchronizing and this one is for visibility. So one click you can synchronize with multiple pages. That's an advantage of this synchronized slicer. Sync off your slicer. So you can get any slicer like this. It's not required you have to get the year, month. You can get a city, you can get the product, you can get the customer. So one click you can filter it in multiple pages. This you can do it in the first page also, in the index page also. We'll see how to do it in the index page. First we have to create the index page, then we will see how to make it as an index page. Okay. So still that bookmark and the selection pane is not yet completed. After that, we'll see some DAX. We'll see how to combine index, how to create app, how to two bookmarks are available. We'll see both the bookmark also. So as of now, please save this file. Due to some problem in my system, I am not able to cover that bookmark and selection pane before the break. So we'll cover it. And one more thing has to be done, that is about this layouts. How to make a layout for mobile, how to make the layout for desktop also. That's another chapter pending. So save the file. We'll take a break. After the lunch break, we'll start with the next concept. So I'll stop the clock. Stop the recording and start.